How's it going? So we've got 100 possum traps to check this morning. We've got some quite rugged country that we're working. That's pretty steep and pretty scrubby. And we've also got some super easy stuff that's on the edge of the bush that we can actually ride a motorbike to. So that's super handy. It means that we can recover the bodies for pet food as well as the fur. Before we get started, just a little bit of background for our overseas viewers. Possums are an introduced species to New Zealand and they have no natural predators here besides humans. So possum trappers in New Zealand help to fill that role of a natural predator and help keep some kind of a natural balance. But yeah, anyway, enough talking, we'll get into it. Sweet, so the sun's up now. We've caught a handful of possums so far. Just doing all the easy stuff first thing in the morning, because some of these traps we've got them out in the open, so we don't want to leave those possums out in the sun at all. Want to get around them before the sun hits them. So for all this bush edge stuff we're doing, most of the possums in the bush are coming out and eating all the grass in the paddocks. So we're just going along the edge here and looking for runs, like this one here. You can see there's a little run going under the fence here. Grass is a bit shorter, so there's definitely some kind of animal coming out there. You can see there's a few possum scratches on the posts. We'll go see if we caught any possums off this run last night. We're just pulling a couple of traps. These ones haven't caught for three or 4 days. So we're pulling them out. And then at the end of the day, all these traps that we've pulled, we'll set them out at the far end of our trap line into some fresh country where there's more possums. Sometimes I'll pre-feed at the front. So we've got pre-feed country to move into, but at the moment we're catching really well at the front of our line without pre-feed, so we're not worrying about it. Alrighty, heading into the bush now. Beautiful possum. You can see we used to have 2 traps in this spot. We used to have one here and one over there where that white is on the tree. And a week or 2 ago, both of these traps were catching really well. But as we've caught the possums, they slowed down. So we pulled one out and we've got one still there. So that way we're still catching the possums here. With only one trap, we only really need one here now. And that trap is at the front of our line, catching possums most nights. There's a few possums walking this at night time. Steep little piece of country in here. Lots of little holes where the possums can hide in. Just caught one here. You can see there's another one just down the hill here. Caught on the old beech trees. but they're not really feeding on these beech trees, they're just running past them. You've got to keep a foot on the possum though, because if you let it go it'll roll down the hill. And another possum. There's another one in here. So what we're doing to the possums, we're just taking the scent glands out at the base of the tail. We're taking all 4 claws off, back claws, front claws, taking the guts out, everything below the upper diaphragm, but leaving all those upper diaphragm organs in, liver and all that sort of thing, so they can be autopsied at the pet food factory. And then yeah, cut the head and tail off as well, and that's your possum ready to be delivered. So we're down in the bush now, catching a few possums down here. The second half of winter's been awesome for possum trapping. It's just been nice frosty nights, frosty mornings and clear days. So it's pretty awesome, and there's heaps of possums around because the fur price has been low for so long since COVID. So not many people have been trapping, and that seems to be the main thing that keeps the possum numbers down is the fur industry, and now also the meat industry. So yeah, even though the prices are still lower, the fur price is still lower than it used to be, there's a hell of a lot more possums than there used to be, and a lot of easy ones too, so it sort of helps make up for that a little bit. I'm not too sure about inflation though. That's probably not something you want to think about if you're a possum trapper. It's a beautiful patch of bush down in here. Nice variety of different trees. Few seedlings coming away. Nice little antler rubbing there. We saw a few deer a couple of days ago in here, just down in this face below us. Managed to film them on the drone, which was pretty cool. There's a really nice little creek just down the hill here, and there's water just sort of coming out of the ground. Quite interesting little waterfalls in there. But yeah, just beautiful. Super clear water. Some of the steeper stuff in here, it's not really worth carrying the bodies out of. So in those spots we're just taking the fur and we chuck the body down the hill and feed it to the other animals. Sweet as, so that's us done in the bush for now. Heading back up to the bike, and we've got some more easy possums to go collect around the sides of the tracks that we can get our bike around. Plucking possums. There's a few little orchids here popping up They haven't quite opened up yet. They're all over the place in here. Heaps of them. So this is something that we found on a different day, but I wanted to share it with you guys because it's pretty cool. So we were just setting traps up this ridge here, and the area we're trapping in is actually quite coastal, and we came across this hole in the ground here, and at first I thought this was just a possum den, and it looked really well used. Something's been going in and out of it, but as soon as we smelt it, we could smell that it smelt like bird and not possum. And if you have a close look in here, you can actually see there's a little egg in there, and it looks like a TT egg or mutton bird egg. So that's pretty awesome. Sweet, so we've checked all 100 traps. We ended up with 49 possums for the morning, so pretty good. It's only 12 o'clock. And yeah, we've got about 10 traps that we're setting out down the end here. Just traps that we've been pulling out through the day that haven't caught for a while. We'll set these out and then yeah, we'll be done for the day. All we got to do is take the bodies home and put them in the freezer. Usually just layer them, put a layer of possums and then cardboard or sacks, something to separate them, and then put another layer on top of that, just so that they don't get all stuck together. And then yeah, once we've got a full freezer, we just chuck it all on the back of the ute, take it into town and sell it. The cool thing about this job too is that you can pick out the really nice possums and yeah, put them in your own freezer for eating yourself. Take the nice fat ones. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks heaps for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.